Cool beans. I feel like an iced kicker. Like, are you gonna go? No, you're not. All right, time out. And I know you have no idea what I'm gonna talk about, but I know that God doesn't make mistakes, and I'm here for a reason. I'm excited about it. I worked at IDEA for a year, but I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade. And so I'm actually not gonna talk about IDEA in school today. What I'm gonna talk about are the heart. So you've heard them, Dr. Shelley, Dr. Johnson, Mr. Smith, they told you what your hands and your feet should do. I want to talk about your heart and your head. How can we make this a systematic change? Okay, so I'm Jerome Washington. She told you a little bit about me. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a community builder. Like you, I'm a new business owner. I am the founder of an education consulting company called the Butterfly Effect Education Group. So if you need ideas for that, you can let me know later. And I'm glad I'm going last because I'm the home team, because I was also a Hillsborough County public school science teacher for over 11 years. Yeah. And we've done the innovative things that you're talking about. We've had activism and awareness fairs. We have helped people with energy and figure out innovative ways to do things. We've been to the rivers and we've been all kind of places. But I'm here to talk to the skeptic today. Like, yeah, you're telling me do all this DEI. I've heard about people in non-racial whatever, but why do we even need any of that? So I need you guys to humor me today, and we are gonna do a visualization activity, okay? So I know you just met me and I'm new to the family and the family affair, but you're gonna have to trust me, okay? So I need you to shut your eyes. They're like, nope. My husband is here, he's gonna guard the door. I'm gonna look at the door. Nobody's gonna get you, I promise. Trust me. Take a deep breath, thank you, brother. Close your eyes and imagine. You are late for a flight. You are running through TPA, you just get past security, you hop to the plane, you get there right before the doors are closing, and the pilot comes out and says, hello. You get to your seat, you get safely to your destination, you go to a local restaurant, and you have the best meal of your life. And I mean, it's good. It's like finger licking good. And as you finish your meal, you hear applause coming from the table next to you. So you turn to look and see what the commotion is about. You see that there's a couple there and they just got engaged and they're embraced in a kiss. The next day, you have a school site visit. You go to the local school. You see in the hallway as you're passing through, there's a teacher and she's having a stern conversation with a student, and it's not going well. It's not going well at all. But you scoot on past her. You scoot on past. You enter the auditorium. You get to your seat and you sit down. Now open your eyes. Let's talk about what we visualized. Was your pilot a woman? Were they Asian? What about the couple? Were they a same-sex couple? What about the teacher? Was it a man or a woman? And the child in trouble, what color were they? Now, if you're like me, when you did this exercise, you might feel ashamed of yourself. I mean, I'm a black woman that does DEI work, and my pilot was white. He was a white man. He was like, hey, you know, why do we do this? Why do we think like that? Flip it for me, Asia. It's called implicit bias. So most of us would think, hey, I'm not racist. I treat everybody fairly. I give everybody a good shot. But only 10% of the things you do are intentional. It's that other 90%. That other 90% is where we have the problem. Now, as humans, we make patterns in our brain. Our brain goes on this autopilot so we can take in information, make decisions together and keep ourselves safe. And it's here where we have our problem. It is here where this unconscious situation that keeps us comfortable. We feel happy with people that look like us and that act like us. We are comforted in the usual, and we're discomforted in the things that are out of our cultural norms. This type of thinking, this bias, is way more dangerous than this intentional prejudice that we see on TV. Because you don't even know what's happening. And if you don't know what's happening, you can't fix it. Next slide. Dr. Beverly Tatum defines cultural racism as the cultural images and messages that affirm the assumed superiority of whites and the assumed inferiority of people of color. It's like smog in the air. Sometimes it's thick and visible, and sometimes it's less apparent, but it's always there, and we're always breathing it in. Now, none of us would introduce ourselves like, hey, I'm a smog breather. But if we live in a smoggy place, how can we avoid breathing it? This is America. This concept that I'm talking about doesn't just count for racism, it counts for all the isms. The sexism, homophobia, tribalism, all the isms work this way. We all breathe the smog. Next slide. So I'm part of the home team, and this is Hillsborough County's mission and vision for their students. They're going to prepare students for life like the Booker Academy, and they're going to do that by helping them be successful and responsible citizens. But as adults, if we're going to do this, we have to get rid of the smog. If we're going to do this for all students. So to get rid of the smog, we need to be intentional. Next slide. Next slide again. And I've heard this, I'm preaching to the choir, but when I talk about being intentional, we need to be intentional about diversity. So our policymakers, who you hire, who you contract with, who you partner with, sends a message about what you value and who you value. We must intentionally evaluate our current systems for bias and for favoritism. It's there. It's there. This is America. We all breathe in the smog. And we must work intentionally to change them, like you are in Orange County. We also must intentionally seek others' perspectives and seek the voices that are impacted by your decisions. And make it easy for them to participate. That 1 o'clock board meeting is not helpful if you really want some other voices. This is the work. This is the work. This is the life. This world. It is all one big group project. And we can fail apart, or we can set the example for our children and succeed together. Let's win together. Thank you.